Have you ever tried your absolute best? Truly poured all your heart, soul, and energy into changing your life? Perhaps you've read countless self-help books, pondered every page, underlined inspiring lines. You've attended every personal development course and intensive workshop, hoping to find the golden key to unlock the doors to success and happiness. You've meticulously practiced visualization, painting beautiful scenes of the future in your mind, of your dreams come true. You've repeated positive affirmations like a mantra, trying to sow seeds of confidence and prosperity in your subconscious. You've created colorful vision boards, pasting images symbolizing your goals and aspirations, gazing at them day and night with unwavering belief. You've cultivated an optimistic mindset, trying to see every difficulty as a lesson, always looking for the positive side in every situation. But it seems life just repeats familiar cycles. Old problems reappear, difficulties you thought were gone come rushing back, limitations you thought you had overcome loom large again. Invisible barriers, seemingly unbreakable walls, are like silent ghosts, following you on every path. You feel stuck in a vicious cycle despite trying your hardest to change. And then, doubt begins to creep into your mind. Nagging questions arise. Is the law of attraction really as effective as people say? Or is it all just an empty promise, a beautiful illusion that will never become reality? In this video, you will discover a method, a completely different approach. A method that not only answers that question definitively, leaving no room for doubt, but also reveals a path leading to profound and lasting change. A path 1,000 times more powerful than anything you've ever known, far beyond superficial techniques and empty advice. A path that doesn't try to change the volatile and unpredictable external world, but focuses on the only point that truly has the power to change everything. That is you. And if you truly yearn to break free from the cycles that are imprisoning your infinite potential, to liberate yourself from illusory limitations, type in the comments right now, I become what I desire to live. This is not just an empty commitment, a hollow phrase, with the new reality you've always longed for. It's also a powerful call from the depths of your heart, carrying a special vibrational frequency, a latent energy waiting to be activated. Let these words sink deep into every cell, resonate in every thought, triggering your powerful transformation, right now. For decades, even centuries, humanity has relentlessly sought answers to the most fundamental questions about existence, about the mystery of the reality we are experiencing. Why do some people seem to have a magical power, able to attract everything they desire effortlessly, as if the universe is bending to their every thought, while others continue to struggle, trapped in cycles of recurring problems, unable to find a way out of their difficulties and limitations? Traditional science has tried to explain these phenomena with logic, with the laws of physics and chemistry, while spiritual systems offer metaphors, symbolic stories to convey profound truths. But it was Jacobo Grinberg, a scientist with a vision beyond his time, one of the most daring consciousness researchers the world has ever known, who dared to merge these two seemingly opposing worlds. A psychologist, a neurophysiologist, and also a mystic, he fearlessly delved into areas that traditional science still hesitated to explore, proposing revolutionary theories about the nature of the mind and reality. Grinberg dedicated his entire life to studying the human mind comprehensively, not only confined to the laboratory but also exploring the hidden depths of consciousness. He delved into ancient traditions, mystical knowledge passed down through thousands of years, studying the practices of shamanic healers, individuals capable of altering states of consciousness and interacting with other dimensions. And through that extensive and diverse research, he discovered expanded states of awareness, states where the boundaries between the mind and the physical world seemed to dissolve. His main discovery was truly groundbreaking, a revelation with the potential to completely change how we perceive ourselves and the reality around us. Jacobo Grinberg's main discovery was that reality is not something objective, existing independently outside of us, a stage where we are merely actors. But, literally, it is a continuous, unceasing projection from the inner structure of your mind. To put it more simply, What you are living, the experiences you are having, the events that occur in your life, are all reflections of yourself. Not a reflection of superficial desires, fleeting thoughts, but a reflection of what is deep within you, your beliefs, your emotions, your thought patterns, and behaviors that have shaped who you are. Visual description: a visual model of a neuronal field, a network of light points connected by faint lines, symbolizing the connection between mind and matter. Vibrations with different frequencies spread throughout this field. An image of a person emitting a certain vibrational frequency, and elements in the field resonating with that frequency are highlighted. Based on his groundbreaking research, Grinberg proposed the existence of an invisible energy field, a vibrational network he called the neuronal field. This is a field of space where mind and matter are inextricably intertwined, constantly interacting and influencing each other. This neuronal field not only connects everything that exists in the universe, creating a unified network, but it is also shaped, structured by the individual perception of each of us. This means that what you see, what you feel, what you experience in your daily life is not an objective, truthful reflection of a fixed, external reality, but instead, it is a cognitive construction, a unique translation of reality based on your internal states, your deep-seated beliefs, your dominant emotions, your past experiences, and your characteristic vibrational patterns. In other words, you are not simply a passive observer of the world around you, you are actively projecting it. And that is why techniques like the law of attraction that you may have learned and practiced are just the tip of the iceberg. They only affect the surface of consciousness, addressing fleeting desires. True transformation, fundamental change in your life, can only occur when you change the projector, that is, the inner structure of your mind and your vibrational frequency, and not by trying to edit the screen, that is, external events and circumstances. And the method you are about to learn in this video is born from that profound truth. It has the power to radically change the way you experience the world from the root. The first time most people hear about the law of attraction, they feel a glimmer of hope ignite within them. A truly captivating idea. If I just think positively, focus on what I want, then the universe will be like a kind friend, granting me everything I desire. It's an idea so simple it's almost magical. And because of that promising simplicity, thousands, millions of people around the world have begun to practice it seriously. They started repeating positive affirmations every day like a secret prayer. They spent time vividly visualizing their achieved goals, living in the feeling of success and happiness. They tried to maintain an optimistic mindset, brushing aside negative thoughts like dark clouds. But time passed and life seemed to remain stagnant. Old problems recurred, familiar obstacles loomed large, unwanted cycles continued to repeat. Disappointment began to arise, smoldering like a small fire, and with it, growing doubts. Is there something wrong with me? Haven't I done enough? Or, does this law simply not work as people say? The truth is, most people apply the law of attraction in a superficial way, focusing only on the surface of consciousness. They act as if conscious thoughts, fleeting desires, are the sole creators of reality. But this approach overlooks a crucial element, a much more powerful force. That is, the unconscious. What truly projects your reality, what silently shapes your experiences, are not the desires you are aware of, the affirmations you repeat, but deep emotional and vibrational patterns, ingrained beliefs, unhealed wounds, suppressed emotions, all of which form the foundation of what you believe yourself to be at a subconscious level. Imagine trying to sow a seed of prosperity in an emotional soil still contaminated by fears of failure, beliefs about scarcity, and deep feelings of unworthiness. No matter how many times you repeat the mantra, "I am prosperous," if your deep inner feeling is still insecurity, anxiety about money, then the vibrational frequency you emit is still the frequency of lack, of worry. And the universe does not respond with empty words, superficial thoughts. It responds with the true vibrational frequency you are emitting from your entire being. Furthermore, many people use the law of attraction with a feeling of urgency, desperation, or lack. They beg for money because they are desperate for it, they crave love because they feel lonely, and that very energy of need that feeling of lack, is precisely what gets projected outward, attracting more experiences of lack and desperation. It's like trying to deceive the universe with flowery words, beautiful images, while your heart is still vibrating with insecurity and doubt. And remember, vibrational frequency never lies. Another common mistake that many people make is the idea that simply visualizing clearly and in detail what you want will automatically make it materialize, become a reality in your life. Visualization is an important tool. Yes, it can help you clarify your goals and create a blueprint in your mind. But if it lacks the corresponding emotion, if that image is not colored with the genuine vibrations of joy, gratitude, trust, then that image will only become a distant dream, an illusion without the power to manifest. Without genuine emotion accompanying it, if your body doesn't truly believe it at a cellular level, if your unconscious still harbors doubts and resistance, then your conscious mind lacks the real power to influence and change the energy field around you. That's why so many people have done everything right according to what they were taught about the law of attraction, but still feel stuck, unable to create real changes in their lives. They are trying to change the reflection on the surface of the lake, without realizing that the problem lies in the mirror itself, in themselves. They are trying to meticulously rearrange the furniture in a dream, without waking up to realize that reality doesn't change through superficial desires. It changes through profound inner transformation by changing the core vibrational frequency of yourself. The law of attraction is not wrong. It is always working. But when applied superficially, focusing only on the external consciousness, it is just an invitation, a slightly open door. The real path to lasting change requires you to go deeper, beyond fleeting desires, and touch the true vibrational frequency that is sustaining your existence, that is shaping all your experiences. And only from that point does the real power begin to awaken, the power to change your life from the root. If the law of attraction says you attract what you think, then a much older and deeper principle called idealism, or the principle of mind, goes even further. It asserts that all is mind. Not just what you desire, not just fleeting thoughts, but the very nature, the fundamental structure of the reality you are experiencing is a manifestation, a projection of your mental state. This idea has been present in ancient Hermetic traditions for thousands of years, long before modern spiritual movements appeared. It is the foundation of a transformative truth, deeper and more powerful than anything you've ever known. You are not merely attracting circumstances, events into your life like a magnet attracts iron, but you are actively creating the very energy field, the very stage on which those circumstances and events exist and unfold. While the law of attraction is often used as an attempt to negotiate with the universe, with thoughts like, I want this, I will think about it a lot, and then the universe will bring it to me, idealism completely eliminates that illusion of separation. It breaks down the false boundary between inside and outside, showing that everything you are experiencing, whether joy or sorrow, success or failure, is essentially a projection, a reflection of your inner self, of your state of consciousness. This profound understanding changes everything. It shifts the focus from trying to repeat positive phrases superficially, or visualizing desired objects superficially, to recognizing a deep truth that your own unique vibrational state is the root cause, the projector creating the entire reality you are perceiving. The external world becomes simply a reflection, a mirror of what is vibrating strongly within you. And remember this, your true vibrational frequency never lies. You can try to tell the whole world that you are confident, you are wealthy, you are happy, but if deep inside you are still harboring fears, feelings of lack, unhealed wounds, then that deep vibrational frequency is what will shape your actual experiences. Idealism does not accept superficial solutions, external efforts. It demands a profound structural change, a true revolution within you. That is why this principle is often overlooked or ignored in popular spiritual movements, because it places the individual fully responsible for what they create in their lives. It doesn't point fingers at external culprits. doesn't blame circumstances or fate. It doesn't offer easy shortcuts or miraculous solutions without genuine inner effort. Instead, it gives you back the true power, the ability to create your own life, and with it, the immense responsibility for what you are experiencing. It is no longer enough to simply desire something different. You must truly become a different person at the deepest level, changing the beliefs, the emotions, the vibrational patterns that have created your current reality. This may seem difficult, even daunting at first, but look at it from another perspective. It is also incredibly liberating. It means you no longer have to depend on luck, chance, the alignment of the stars, or approval from anyone outside of you. Everything you truly need is already available within you, latent in the state of consciousness you choose to maintain and nurture. Becoming what you desire to live is a completely new paradigm, a deeper approach to manifestation. It's no longer about trying to chase distant dreams, but about you actively embodying, living as if you are already the best version of yourself, the version you aspire to become. And when that version is real, the vibration is genuine, when you truly believe it at the deepest level, then the universe has no other choice but to respond to your new vibrational frequency, bringing corresponding experiences. Idealism is not about trying to attract passively, but about actively resonating with the frequency of what you want to become. It's not about begging or pleading, but about you remembering, you realizing a profound truth that you are already everything you need, and what you desire is already latent within you. And when that remembrance, that deep realization, truly awakens within you, radiating throughout your entire being, then the reality around you will surely bend, will automatically rearrange itself to align with your new frequency, with your new self. Idealism is not about trying to attract passively, but about actively resonating with the frequency of what you want to become. It's not about begging or pleading, but about you remembering, you realizing a profound truth that you are already everything you need, and what you desire is already latent within you. And when that remembrance, that deep realization, truly awakens within you, radiating throughout your entire being, then the reality around you will surely bend, will automatically rearrange itself to align with your new frequency, with your new self. Jacobo Grinberg-Zylberbaum was one of the greatest scholars of consciousness the world has ever known. A groundbreaking thinker who dared to go against traditional views to explore the profound mysteries of the mind and reality. And paradoxically, he was also one of the scientists least known outside of professional circles. A talented psychologist, a learned neurophysiologist, and at the same time, possessing the heart of a mystic. He dared to go beyond the limits that traditional science often imposes on itself, proposing a revolutionary theory that not only profoundly explained how the human mind works, but also revealed the true origin of the reality we are experiencing. For Jacobo Grinberg, the world was not an objective stage, a still picture that we merely observe, but literally, it is a continuous projection, a ceaseless flow from the mental structure, from the consciousness of each of us. According to his meticulous and extensive research, there exists an invisible energy field, a subtle vibrational network that he called the neuronal field. This is a field of space where mind and matter are intricately intertwined, interacting and influencing each other in every moment. This neuronal field not only connects all things, all phenomena in the universe into a unified whole, but it is also shaped, structured by the unique perception of each individual. This has a profoundly deep meaning. What you see, feel, and experience in your daily life is not an objective copy, a truthful reflection of a fixed, external reality, but instead, it is a cognitive construction, a personal translation of reality based on your internal states, your deep-seated beliefs, your dominant emotions, your past experiences, and the characteristic vibrational patterns you are emitting. Simply put, you are not just observing the world, you are actively projecting it. And this projection happens all the time, everywhere, even when you are not conscious of it. The big problem is, without a deep awareness of this projection mechanism, most people continue to project the conflicts, the pains, the beliefs about scarcity that they have carried throughout their lives. They believe they are victims of circumstances, of external factors beyond their control. while in reality at an unconscious level, they are the authors of the very story they are experiencing. Jacobo Grinberg often said a very profound sentence: "Trying to change what is displayed on the screen will never work if you don't touch the projector." It's like a person trying to wipe away a stain on a mirror and thinking that by doing so they can change their face. A futile effort. True change, fundamental transformation, can only occur when you transform your own inner state, the mental state that is creating that projection. And that state is formed by everything you carry in silence. The beliefs inherited from childhood, the unprocessed pains, the suppressed emotions, the stories you tell yourself every day. The neuronal field is extremely sensitive to your deepest vibrational frequency. It does not respond to what you consciously desire superficially, but consistently responds to what you truly emit from your entire being. And that is why trying to change reality with superficial positive affirmations, with shallow visualizations, often does not yield lasting results. The field does not react to empty words. It responds to the true vibrational frequency of your being. Jacobo Grinberg was also deeply influenced by ancient shamanic traditions and the wealth of mystical spiritual knowledge. These traditions have understood for thousands of years a profound truth, that reality is not something fixed and immutable, but something flexible, malleable, and that humans have a latent power to shape it. But what makes Grinberg's work so special and revolutionary is that he brought that ancient wisdom into the field of neuroscience, creating a solid bridge between the invisible world of the mind and the visible world of science. Through rigorous scientific research, he demonstrated that to truly transform your life from the root, the most important thing is not to change the external world, but to reconfigure the mind, the projector that is creating everything around you. If the reality you are experiencing is truly a vibrational projection from your consciousness, then the most important question you need to ask yourself is not, what do I want to attract into my life? But, who am I at the deepest level, as I am projecting this reality that I am living? Most people live their lives trying to change reality like rearranging objects on a theater stage, moving one prop after another, never truly realizing that the stage itself, the very foundation of all experiences, is a creation entirely within them. They change jobs, move to new cities, enter and leave one relationship after another. They even try to change their physical appearance, seeking changes in places that don't really matter. But deep inside, they still feel the same voids, still face familiar conflicts, and still repeat unhealthy patterns of behavior and relationships. This happens because the projector inside them remains unchanged. The limiting beliefs, the unresolved emotions, the ingrained thought patterns continue to operate. And until that projector is recognized, understood, and consciously reprogrammed, the image displayed on the screen of life will never truly change in a lasting way. Vibrational reprogramming is not merely a process of positive thinking, not about trying to forcefully push away negative thoughts. It is also not about repeating motivational phrases superficially and waiting for something magical to happen from the outside. But it is a profound journey back to the source, a meticulous and honest examination of what you truly believe to be true about yourself and the world around you. And this examination requires courage, honesty with yourself, and a willingness to face things that may be uncomfortable. It is about looking deep inside, confronting unhealed wounds, pains from the past, and recognizing the places where your natural vibrational frequency has been distorted, influenced by negative experiences, limiting beliefs, or unresolved emotional memories. The human mind is like a powerful projector, operating continuously, relentlessly. And the real running inside that projector includes all your thoughts, emotions, inner images, physical sensations, the words you tell yourself, and the memories that have been stored. This is the script that your mind is projecting onto the world, and what's remarkable is that often that script is not even consciously chosen by you. It is inherited from family, conditioned by society, learned from past experiences, and until it is consciously observed by you, recognized and understood by you, that script will continue to repeat like a hypnotic loop, creating familiar experiences whether you want them or not. The key to vibrational reprogramming lies in you actively replacing that automatic unconscious script with a new vibrational frequency, a new film consciously constructed by you based on the values, beliefs, and emotions you truly desire to experience. But to do that, the reprogramming process must involve your entire being, body, emotions, and mind. It is not enough to simply tell yourself, I am confident, I am worthy. If your body remains tense, your heart still beats fast with anxiety, and your mind is still full of doubts. True vibrational reprogramming only occurs when you truly feel the new truth at the deepest level, when your body accepts it as a natural part of you, when your emotions align with it, and when your mind releases old beliefs and embraces the new. One of the most effective ways to begin this journey of profound transformation is through deep and sincere self-inquiry. Take the time to ask yourself important questions. Where did this limiting belief come from? When did it start? Is it really mine, or did I absorb it from someone else? Why do I keep repeating this negative behavior pattern? What does it give me, even unconsciously? What unresolved pains from the past am I trying to avoid with my current thoughts and actions? Questions like these have the power to destabilize the automatic reactions of the mind, creating spaces of awareness where you can see things more clearly. And when those inner spaces appear, that is your opportunity to sow the seeds of a new vibrational frequency, positive beliefs, and healthy emotions. This is where powerful practices such as emotional visualization, not just visualizing images but also deeply feeling the emotions associated with your goals, practicing deep forgiveness for yourself and for others, therapeutic writing to release suppressed emotions, and vibrational meditation focusing on feeling and raising your energy frequency, come into powerful effect. These tools are not just techniques, but they are golden keys for you to access the more subtle dimensions of the mind, the deeper layers of the unconscious, where lasting and sustainable reconditioning truly takes place. Reprogramming your inner projector means you stop desperately trying to control external events and circumstances, and instead, you begin a journey of careful observation and understanding of what is truly being projected from within you. It means you focus on transforming the inner stories, the limiting beliefs, the negative emotions, so that the external scenery, the screen of your life, will automatically adjust, reflecting that change. It is about you ceasing to fight with life, stopping trying to force reality to your will, and instead you focus on recreating the very starting point, the origin from which all your experiences emanate. Because remember, reality does not respond to what you merely desire superficially. For a long time, we have been taught about the power of attraction, about using willpower and thought to bring what we desire into our lives. The idea has been planted in our minds that the universe is like a magical genie ready to grant us wishes, if we know how to vibrate at the right frequency. But that view, however popular and promising, still stems from a deep sense of separation, of us being small individuals trying to influence a vast world outside. Deep inside, it subtly implies that something is lacking in you and you need to do something right to get what you want from an external source. This is not true conscious manifestation, but sometimes it becomes a form of spiritual begging, an attempt to plead with the universe for favors. Awakening is attraction at a completely different level, because when you truly awaken to your true nature, you understand that nothing is truly outside of you. You are no longer a vibrational beggar trying to obtain something from a distant and separate universe, but you realize that you are already an inseparable part of the universe, and everything you yearn for is already latent within your own infinite energy field, just waiting for vibrational permission, inner resonance to arise and manifest outwardly. The subconscious is the true creator. It shapes, interprets, gives meaning to, and sustains everything you are experiencing in life. And when you begin to live with this awakening, everything will change naturally. Not because the external world suddenly changes according to your will, but because you have finally stepped out of the illusion of separation, you have recognized the unified nature of all things. You stop chasing the reflections on the water and begin to focus on adjusting the very source, the projector from which everything emanates, that is your state of consciousness. This is the great turning point in your journey. Reality does not need to be manipulated, forced, or begged. It simply needs to resonate with the deepest truth within you, with your true nature. And that can only happen when you stop looking outside for what can only be awakened and nurtured within. From this new state of consciousness, from the awareness of your true nature, spiritual practices are no longer an effort to attract or obtain something from the outside. They become natural expressions, free flows of your authentic self. You don't visualize to make something happen, but you visualize because you are in alignment, in resonance with that state. You don't affirm to convince the universe, but you affirm because your voice, both inner and outer, is vibrating with the frequency of what is already true, what is already latent within you. It all stems from an inner place of wholeness, of abundance. And that is why the world around you will respond easily, naturally, and harmoniously. True awakening is letting go of the illusion that something is missing within you, that you need to seek and attract the missing pieces from the outside. It is the profound realization that every yearning, every genuine dream in your heart is actually a call from your own higher consciousness, an inner prompting for you to remember what you already are, the infinite potential that has always existed within you. You don't yearn for prosperity because you want to become someone better, but you yearn for it because you are already prosperity in essence, because abundance is a natural part of you. And something deep within you is already ready to manifest that outwardly on the material plane when you allow it, when you resonate with the frequency of abundance. By living in this awakened state, you no longer have to tirelessly chase an ideal reality somewhere outside. You become that very reality. You are the energy field, you are the creator, and everything around you will surely rearrange itself automatically, harmonizing with your conscious presence. That is true manifestation. Not begging, not forced attraction, but complete being, you living in alignment with your true nature. On the spiritual journey, we sometimes get lost in the idea that we have to attract what we desire, as if we can manipulate the universe according to our own will. We imagine the universe as a powerful genie, ready to grant every wish if we find the right vibrational formula. But that approach, while seemingly appealing and empowering, can still be based on a deep illusion that we are separate from the source, from the creator. The truth is, there is only one ultimate creator, one source of all existence. He does not need to be convinced, he does not negotiate with the small desires of the ego. What we truly need to do is not to try to manipulate reality according to our own will, but to learn to resonate our consciousness with the divine will, with the perfect plan he has for each of us. Awakening in this context goes far beyond the usual concept of manifestation. It is a profound alignment. It is us placing ourselves in harmony with what God has envisioned for our lives. It is us learning to silence the noisy voice of the ego that tries to control everything, and listening to the gentle whisper of the soul, of intuition, guiding us on the right path. Because when you are truly spiritually aligned, when you connect deeply with the divine source, you no longer have to tirelessly chase anything. Everything you truly need will come to you at the right time, in the right way, and according to a perfect plan that you may not yet see. In this context, your consciousness is not the sole source of creation, but it becomes a conduit, a bridge between your inner world and a higher purpose. When you purify your emotional field, heal your limiting beliefs, raise your vibrational standard, and surrender with faith, you become more receptive to the actions of God in your life. True manifestation is not you selfishly trying to attract what you want, but it is you recognizing and receiving the blessings that have already been prepared for you, the things that align with the highest evolution of your soul. The deepest longings in your heart, when they are accompanied by peace, authenticity, and a noble intention, are often signs, calls of what God has already wanted to bestow upon you. But this does not happen through the controlling efforts of the ego, but it happens through surrender, through absolute trust in the divine plan. The problem is, so many of us try to write the script for our lives independently, based on the limited desires of the ego, ignoring the true author, who created the universe and has a perfect plan for each of us. And that is why they often live in frustration, stress, and anxiety. Awakening in this context is an act of absolute trust. It is you stopping the demands, the rigid expectations of the ego, and starting to listen sincerely to the guidance from within. It is you stopping the tiring chase of ego-driven goals, and starting to walk with the Creator, trusting in His guidance. It is you stopping the fight against time, against challenges, and placing yourself under the guidance of the One who created time and transcends all limitations. It is in this conscious state of surrender, of spiritual alignment, of deep connection with the Source, that your life begins to automatically reorganize itself harmoniously and miraculously. Not because you are trying to manipulate it, but because God acts more freely, more powerfully in places where there is less resistance from your ego. And the more you awaken to this reality, the clearer it becomes that true prosperity is not just about getting everything you want according to your own will, but it is about you fully living the life that God intended for you. And that can only happen when you decide to stop trying to attract in the old way based on lack and control, and finally you begin to listen, trust, and flow with the divine current. Now that you understand that the reality you are living is shaped from within, from your state of consciousness and vibrational frequency, and that your consciousness is the bridge between you and the divine will, it's time to take the most important step on this journey, acting with faith. This video is not just about providing information, new knowledge, but it is a call from the heart, a reminder that you are not stuck, you are not forgotten, and you are never alone. The Creator has planted within you everything necessary for you to live a full, meaningful life, according to the perfect plan He has for you. Your part now is to resonate your mind with this truth, purify your vibrational frequency from limiting beliefs and negative emotions, and walk the path ahead with confidence and gratitude. Start with the smallest actions, but start with sincerity and clear intention. If something in this video touched your heart today, choose one specific action. Dedicate time to meditate with the intention of connecting with the divine will. Write down new beliefs you want to cultivate, pray for guidance and enlightenment, or simply stop for a few minutes in silence and listen to the deep voices within, what God wants to reveal to you. And if this content truly resonates deeply in your heart, press the subscribe button for the Power Within channel so you don't miss the next videos, where we will explore deeper into inner power and the journey of awakening together. We are building a community of people who are not looking for magical formulas or superficial shortcuts, but who are aiming for deep awareness, unwavering faith, and true inner transformation. In the comments below, write a powerful affirmation for your new journey. I trust in God's plan and open my heart to live in harmony with Him. Let this be your new vibrational frequency, your commitment to yourself and to the universe. And from there, trust that everything in your life will begin to transform miraculously. Wishing you peace, happiness, and a life lived fully with your inner power.